Alex Jones had a very interesting take on Trump getting COVID. Watch this.
He's a by-the-book guy. Oh, medical doctor comes in. Oh, you're going to check us for COVID? All right, the weekly test. Oh, we came up positive. 9 times out of 10 with that test, it's false positive. But, oh, now he might have the sniffles. Oh, then he'll be a hero, and he'll beat it in 2 weeks and be up there with Biden. And they've decided to go along with the COVID narrative to take control of it. Do I think Trump's staging it? No. He can't even trust people around him. He isn't that type of guy. They'd leak that instantly. No, they've who knows what they sprayed on him? Who knows? He's been out exhausted. He's 74 years old. It's psychosomatic. It's a emotional response in a lot of cases. They call it a sympathetic response. I'll explain it again. They've done the studies. You've all seen it. One person throws up, other people start throwing up. Like one bird takes off, all the birds take off. It's a sympathetic response. I'm not saying that's what happened here. I'm saying we're not in Kansas anymore.
Okay, so according to Alex Jones, Trump was either sprayed with something and poisoned, or he doesn't even have it. It's psychosomatic. What would the point be of somebody trying to convince Trump he has it? What would the point be? What's the point of that? Is it, oh, you got to get him off the campaign trail because we want Biden to win, so, keep him locked up for a week or two and that'll do the trick. Yeah, but here's the problem. Let's say that that's it. If he's not sick, then he's going to be fine, and if he's fine when he beats COVID, that could lead to a bump in the polls for him, so it might net help him. So I feel like Alex Jones, he just talks for the sake of talking. He just, he comes up with these things just for funsies. And it's like, the world is crazy enough as it is. We live in the strangest year of my lifetime by far. We just keep getting hit with one thing after the next thing after the next thing. It feels like we live in a movie. And Alex Jones is like, I'm going to try to make it weirder. Try to make it weirder by saying Trump doesn't have COVID. That might make it less weird if he doesn't have COVID. It's more weird that he has COVID. What? I just don't get it. I don't get why this conspiracy. Why go down this path? Psychosomatic. So he's been convinced he has COVID, and as a result of that, he's feeling symptoms because somebody tried to convince him wrongly that he had COVID? What? Remember, Alex Jones is a guy who was in contact with President Trump a few years ago. He would talk to him every now and then. Imagine this moron talking to Trump, trying to convince him, Don, you gotta get out of the hospital, man. You gotta get out of there. I don't think you actually have it. I think it's psychosomatic. So you gotta get out there. And if he has it, he's gonna spread it everywhere. If he has it and he gets released too early, which is, according to reports, that's what he wants to do. He wants to be released earlier than he should be. What? Why does everything have to be a conspiracy? Why does there always have to be some, hidden angle, some jujitsu thing, where it's you thought it was this, but it's this? I'm telling you, regular life is crazy enough as is. We really do feel like we live in a movie. So this, by the way, is everybody faking it, Alex? That's the other question. So Hope Hicks is faking it, Melania's faking it, Trump's faking it. And by the way, when you say faking it, again, I don't fully understand the dynamics of that. Are you saying Trump is faking it and knows he's faking it? Because this was Corin's conspiracy. That this way when he beats it, he'll get a bump in the polls. I don't think he's trying to say that. I think he's trying to say somebody convinced Trump he had it even though he doesn't have it. I think that's what he's trying to say. But again, I don't understand what the point of that would be. What would the point of that be? And is everybody who was at this super spreader event in D.C., the Amy Coney Island Barrett hearing, they're all faking it? Are they all faking it? Chris Christie, who's 1,000 pounds, who had to check himself into the hospital immediately for precautionary measures. They better dose him up with a whole bunch of drugs, but he's faking it too? I don't, I may have just figured it out. Maybe the reason he's saying this is because he's been pushing the narrative on his show all along that COVID is fake. So he bought into the conspiracies of the far right of like, this is all overblown, this is all a hoax, this isn't real. They're just trying to control you, they're just trying to be more tyrannical. This is the government trying to take over your life. So they're trying to lock down the economy and do all these terrible things. In far right circles, they generally believe that COVID is either overstated or it's a complete hoax. So perhaps he's been pushing it that it's a hoax narrative on his show. So now he's boxed in a corner, and now that Trump has it, he's forced to say it's psychosomatic or something, or maybe he was poisoned because COVID's not real. Oh, just figured it out live on air. That is definitely what's going on with Alex Jones, for sure. He's been pushing the narrative it's not real. Now Trump has it, so he's got to wiggle his way out of it. Like, why? Why host a show and just go out there and make shit up and just, like, you're basically doing fiction. Like, you're doing fiction on a daily basis. Why? Again, the regular world is crazy enough as is. I'll never understand it, but anyway, there you have it. Alex Jones with a brand new conspiracy.